truth and accountability continues.
Through every storm, every moment of uncertainty.
Everybody needs to pray for Charlie.
Through every storm, every moment of uncertainty.
Everybody needs to pray for Charlie Kirk right now.
Rav has stood strong.
We're not going to tolerate this stuff anymore.
Turn that anger into motivation to save this nation.
When we move together, there is power.
The cries of this widow will echo like a battle cry.
This is more than news. It's a movement.
This revolution of people taking their countries back.
A turning point. A chance to be part of something greater than yourself. Scan the QR code and stand with Rav. The story isn't over, and neither is your part in it. Step in. Be counted. Be heard. Together, we are Rav.
We will achieve American greatness. And we are just getting started.
You may have noticed President Trump's voice a little gravelly. Why, Mr. President?
Your voice sounds a little rough. Are you feeling all right?
I feel great. I was shouting at people because they were stupid about something having to do with trade in a country, and I straightened it out. But I blew my stack at these people.
Oh, I would not want to be on the receiving end of that one. One of the people he yelled at was a reporter, by the way.
Look, I can't tell him. Will you let me finish my statement? You are the worst. You're with Bloomberg, right? You are the worst. I don't know why they even have you.
I think the trade guys who he was yelling at got him in a very grumpy mood. Stay out of the president's way when he's in a grumpy mood. Stay out of my way when I'm in a grumpy mood. The crew behind the glass knows that. Stinchfield's Army rolls. I love those guys, though. I really do.
If your TV sounds funny in the evening, you're watching live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice.
All right, it is live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice, Monday, November 17th, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Glad you're in, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. Slick Rick's going to be here to do some sports. He's running a little late from his Monday night meeting. Slick will be here to do sports. Rick Delgado's here. He's got some news. Paul Nolan's got some news as well on a Monday night. Aaron Fran holding it down as they always do. Mr. Delgado, how are you?
I am well, Damon.
Busy news night tonight?
Busy news night. You know what? I think I might have a gambling problem.
Oh, really?
What, you start losing?
Yes. It's terrible. And I hate that feeling of losing. Sure, it's a $5 bet here and a $10 bet there, but I still hate losing.
Yeah.
And I sit there, and yesterday I actually sat down and got in front of my computer and started looking at numbers.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, oh, no, what am I doing on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Nobody goes into Gamblers Anonymous on a winning streak.
That's for sure. Hey, I'm on a winning streak. Come here. Well, how was your weekend otherwise, other than losing?
Other than those 2 yards that son of a didn't get me on Detroit. Gibbs, you bastard. Other than that, it was a good weekend.
Okay, good.
Except that it was cold and windy on Long Island.
Man, it
sucks.
was cold and windy is right. And today was another cold and windy day.
Yes.
Had that pellet stove fired up all day today, boy. I tell you, I think it's going to stay on now the rest of the... Actually, I think it's going to get back to 50 at the end of the week this week. So.
Ooh, balmy.
But it's got to be like in the 30s for that thing to, or it just overwhelms the house. It's too hot. So, Mr. Nolan, how are you?
I'm good. I didn't know anything about the wind and the cold. I was only out there working in it today. No pellet stoves nearby.
No pellet stoves available?
No, but there was a shovel and plenty of dirt to move, and jackhammers to...
Well, that'll warm you up.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll keep you going. But other than that, it was a nice weekend. Did some chores around the house, and my brother's 60th birthday. And Mom was in good spirits, and Mom's hanging on. You know, she's every day is a blessing to have her.
Every day is a blessing, period. You can put the period after that, right? I mean, every day is a blessing.
Amen.
So, well, good for her. The Slickster has joined us, and
speaking of blessings,
oh my goodness!
Speaking of blessings,
go!
The Slickster's here. Look at that! I love that hat, Slick.
Nice hat, right, big? Come on! I'm fired up tonight.
It's a big night for Slick because, and it's of course to the detriment of the rest of us who have to put up with it because, the Cowboys are playing on Monday Night Football against the Raiders.
In Vegas.
In Vegas, so it's a road game for you guys.
Yep.
How are you? How are you feeling going into this game?
I feel like if they can't win this one, they might as well hang it up for the year and start thinking about the April draft.
Okay.
But I feel good about this game. I feel probably overconfident.
Do you think there'll be 70-30 Cowboy fans there?
Yes, I definitely think that. No question. They travel pretty well, the Cowboy fans. And, like my picks, I feel good this week.
Okay, yeah.
Hop along.
You did very well this week. So
thank you for a change.
Paul was asking, so we'll get to the odds makers here because we're going to pick this game.
Yes.
I mean, Slick, we already know what he's doing, so we
don't
have to go with him, but Aaron will pick it. So we'll get to the odds makers results. Not so great for the audience, but anyways. Steve's a nice guy from South Dakota, so we'll recap all of the records.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, sooner or later, you knew Bama was falling.
Well, what can you do? So, anyways, we'll get to all that. Right now, let's do tonight's first word. Well, so I was reading Miranda Devine this morning in the New York Post, where it has now been confirmed that attempted Trump assassin Thomas Crooks used they-them pronouns and had a deep interest in furries and was exploring gender identity. Tyler Robinson had a furry obsession and lived with his transgender boyfriend. The Annunciation Catholic Church shooter, the Nashville Christian shooter, Lakewood Church shooter, Colorado Springs shooter, Denver shooter, Aberdeen shooter, Iowa high school shooter, all trans-identified. Left-wing terror plots and attacks as a percentage of all terror plots and attacks reached a record high. In the first half of 2025, according to the Nonpartisan Center for Strategic and International Studies. If that trend persists, this year we'll see the highest number of left-wing terror plots and attacks on U.S. soil in more than 3 decades. Leftist terrorism made up nearly 45% of all terrorism thus far in 2025, an increase of over 20% from last year. And to say all that leads me here to my point, which is one of the most malignant, poisonous lies that the left and their stenographers in the media keep shoving down America's throat is this smug little fairy tale that political violence in this country is a both sides problem. Both sides do it, don't you know? Both sides are equally guilty. Extremism is on both sides, we hear. Well, they say it with that practice sanctimonious sigh like they're the wise adults in the room, but it's a lie. It's an absolute bald-faced industrial strength lie. Virtually every drop of political violence, every assassination attempt, every firebombing, every beating, every murder in cold blood in this country over the last decade has come from one side, and one side only, the Marxist-inspired, American-hating Democrat Party-owned left. It wasn't the young Republicans who tried to murder President Trump twice. It wasn't conservatives who gunned down healthcare executive Brian Thompson on a New York street. It wasn't Turning Point USA kids who beat a staffer bloody at UC Berkeley last week while 4 leftist women were arrested for felony vandalism. It wasn't right-wingers who murdered Charlie Kirk in Utah. But you know who the media will never, ever say that about? The left. Never. For 60 years, the American left has weaponized guilt the way the Soviets weaponized wheat, turning generations of young people into permanent emotional adolescents who believe the only way to atone for existing is to burn something down or scream at the sky or put a bullet in someone they've been told is evil. They've convinced these poor, mind-numbed robots that the coastal elites, the Hollywood actors, the tenured Marxists, the Silicon Valley billionaires, these are the smartest, most moral people who have ever lived. All you have to do is be in the same cool crowd, is to hate the same people that they hate. That's all you got to do. Chant the same slogans and never, ever ask a single question. And if you step out of line, if you dare wear a red hat or question men and girls sports or refuse to call the 2020 riots mostly peaceful, by the way, the New York Times now calls them broadly peaceful because mostly got laughed out of the room. If you do any of that, you deserve whatever violence, well, they dish out. 900 churches vandalized or burned since 2023. 900. Crisis pregnancy centers firebombed by Jane's Revenge after the Dobbs decision. Antifa, Trantifa, BLM, pro-Hamas campus psychos, climate lunatics gluing themselves to masterpieces, throwing soup at priceless art. Every single one of them left-wing. Every single one. And when you point this out, what do they scream back? Well, what about January 6th? That's it. That's their whole rebuttal. They've been milking that cow for 5 years, and it's still the only thing they've got. Even John Fetterman went on CNN this week and admitted it. He said the right calls him nasty names, but the left wants him dead. Think about that. Even the guy in the hoodie sees it clearer than 99% of the media. Folks, we are watching a political movement that has made violence a feature, not a bug. And they get away with it because the media runs cover. The universities cheer it on, and corporate America writes the checks. This cannot stand. We don't need more hand-wringing about lowering the temperature. We need swift, severe, blinding justice. Every firebomber, every assassin, every Antifa thug who cracks a conservative skull for wrongthink needs to feel the full weight and law immediately, publicly, and without mercy. Because if we don't stop this now, the country will not survive another decade of the left's reign of terror. You've got Donald Trump back in the fight, and he's shown us the battlefield. But let's be clear, it's going to take another 8 years, maybe more, of unrelenting, uncompromising, take-no-prisoners conservative governance to rip this Marxist cancer out of America's institutions, root and branch. The left wants you afraid, make no mistake about it. They want you silent. And just like their position on abortion on demand, they don't recognize fundamentally the dignity and sanctity of human life. And that's tonight's first word. All right, live from Studio 6B, 9 past the hour. Did anybody else see Miranda Devine in this report this morning from the New York Post? Delgado?
Nope, didn't see it. But, that's something we've talked about here a bunch. They always try and tell us it's always the same. It's always both sides. It's not a both sides issue. We know it's not. And you can tell it's BS. And it's funny because Paul and I was just telling Paul before the show about this Y-Files episode that I just saw about,
What episode?
Y-Files. The Y-Files?
Oh, Y-Files. Okay.
Yeah. About how something is a psyop. And that's exactly what was going on. When you talk about violence on both sides, when you hear the media all parroting the same thing, it's because they were told this is the narrative, this is what it is. And that's kind of proves the point of, this both sides narrative being a psyop.
I'd like to see a history of all these kids, what drugs they're on. We talked about it every single time there's one of these, violent political acts, and we never get a toxicology report. We cremate people before we even know what they were about. We scrub their whole house before we know anything about them. We hose down roofs before we know anything about them. I mean, the endless amount of, psyop nonsense we have to go through, it just that alone makes it so impossible for us to trust a word the media or the government tells us anymore. Everything with a 3-letter name in front of it, between the agency, NSA, the FBI, we can't trust anything anymore. And, this just feels like the extension of MK Ultra, and these people who are on these SSRI drugs are so easily pliable and manipulatable. So it's hard for me to trust any of this. It feels to me like they find the weakest people, and they, I just don't know how this could be such an epidemic if people weren't being, mind bent, if you will.
What's funny too is you made a great point. We see rooftops being washed off within a week. We see bodies being not even a week. It was like the next day they washed it off.
Yeah.
Bodies being incinerated because you gotta get rid of the body.
Charlie Kirk's entire place, they rebuild the whole thing.
Yeah, they dug it up. Meanwhile, if you drag the people investigating this stuff in front of a committee to ask questions, well, it's an ongoing investigation. Well, if it's ongoing, why are you destroying evidence?
Yeah.
You always see court cases where jurors say, you know what, we'd like to go see the crime scene. You can't do that in this case because those things have been changed.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's an amazing little difference, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great to control the narrative. I guess if you have control of the media, you might as well use it.
Yeah. All right, just getting started on a Monday night, Real America's Voice, live from Studio 6B. Glad you're in, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend as well. We'll get to sports, news, all of it coming up. We'll recap the odds makers from Friday. We'll look forward to the week ahead, all coming up. We're back right after this.
They call that Friday nights. Friday night was great, actually. Hi, Paul Nolan.
Hi.
What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up?
How about the Islanders? Rough game last night. Oh, it was a good game.
They played good, though.
They played great. I mean, they played great last night. I was so proud of them. I mean, if those poor guys, what was it, 3 games in 4 nights?
Yeah, and then you go into the Lions den. That team is good.
I love that Schaefer kid, though, man. His recovery is like I've never seen. Reminds me of Bobby Orr.
It's unbelievable.
And he's only played, what, 7 games, 8 games, 10 games? No, he is unbelievable. Dice Clay.
It's really unbelievable how good he is at 18 years old.
So fast.
He's so fast.
I mean, like, I thought Barzell was fast, and he is, but this kid is, like, on another level. And he's a defenseman, which is really scary.
It's funny when him and Barzell are on the ice together, especially in the overtime.
And with Horvath. Oh, with his shot.
God.
He just missed last night, too. He almost hit that last shot right at the end.
You know what? I felt bad. That first goal, obviously, Pellick hits the stick on the release. The kid, Colton, changed the direction of that shot. Still wanted to make that first save, but man, he had bad luck last night.
Yeah, bad luck. And you know what?
He made some.
Ellie played great last night. Played great.
Yeah.
Ellie.
The other goalie, Edgewood, was phenomenal though. We got
how old is he? 50? He's unbelievable.
Is Edgewood that?
He's like 30-something years old.
Is he that old? I didn't know.
He was unbelievable.
Do you guys have the clip of Schumer making a buffoon of himself today?
Which one?
Oh, that's a good one. Asking why Epstein was.
No, I didn't see that.
Okay,
got it.
So David, let me show you something. Can I send you this clip, but we can't use it because it says raw? It's like a Fox affiliate.
No, we can use those.
Well, not that it's not the words. Remember, you said if there's any writing, you can't put it. It says live now. Fox.
Let me see if I can find.
Just because I don't send any clips anymore because I don't want to get.
No.
They can so they can change that there.
No,
Oh, fudge.
Good googly moogly.
All right, good. That's good to know.
Good googly moogly.
That's why they needed it in so early, I guess.
Yeah. All right, 17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday, November 17th. Glad you're in, everybody. Hope you had a great week. Slick's going to do some sports. Coming up here, we'll pick a quick odds makers Monday night game as the game just started. Delgado and Paul Nolan have some news. Aaron and Fran holding it down. So let's do that first before we get into sports. Let's pick a quick odds makers for Monday night. Cowboys and Raiders. I don't even know what the line in this game is. Slick, what's the line in this game?
3.5 as per MGM.
Raiders minus 3.5 at home?
Yep.
No, Dallas is minus 3.5 on the road. Dallas minus 3.5
Dallas on the road minus 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Slick, go ahead.
Well, what choice do I have? I wouldn't be able to come back to the show if I didn't pick the Cowboys. So I got to take my Cowboys, live or die. I think they'll do well tonight. Prescott, probably the number 2 quarterback in the NFL right now. Dallas coming off a bye week. Teams generally perform very strong after a bye week. Raiders are kind of playing for the future. Pete Carroll's, they're not. They're what are they? 3-7. Then 2-7. Yeah, they're not really a strong team at all. I think that the Cowboys should do well. I expect a good battle early. I do expect a good battle early. This Ashton Genty is a great running back, and the Cowboys, that's their Achilles heel, the running game. Without getting any more granular than that, Big D, yeah, give me the Cowboys laying at 3.5 tonight.
All right, very good. Aaron, who are you going to go with in this game?
I'm going to pick the Cowboys here as well. As Slick said, they're coming off the bye, and teams usually do well coming off the bye. They also just picked up Quinnen Williams from the Jets, who was the only guy on defense who could do something. So maybe he'll help out the Cowboys defense.
Thank you, Aaron.
And I expect them to probably make some good plays, get some sacks, especially with Quinnen on that squad now. So I'll go with the Cowboys.
Okay, very good. So both of you are riding the Cowboys. Slick's hat's going to bring you some good luck. Let's do the rest of sports. Sports is brought to you by our friend Mike Lindell. LFS6P is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow here into the holiday season. It'll give you a great discount. Plus, you can send us your receipt, and you can pick something out from our store. Free shirt from livefromstudio6b.com. Slick, what's going on?
All right, Big D, let's recap the odds makers from Friday night. We had our picks with the audience. Steve from the audience was on picking as well, but hit a little bit of a rough weekend there, going, I believe, 1-3 on the weekend, or 0-4, right? 0-4. He was blanked out, right? Aaron, you did what? You were 1-3?
Yeah, 1-3.
All right, well, then Slick Rick, I actually reversed it. I was 3-1. First time I've had a good weekend in quite a while. I've been 2s, and then obviously 0-4. I laid an egg last week, but looking good there. And here we go. Georgia, number 5. Georgia, I was on that. They were laying 6.5, and the Bulldogs quarterback Gunnar Stockton accounts for 5 touchdowns, and he had a great game, 24-29, 4 TDs, 1 rushing, and just 1 interception. Arch Manning, like I said, the Arch would be looking for Dr. Scholes by the end of the game, and indeed he was. He had a rough game, got roughed up, 27-43, 1 touchdown, and 273 yards passing. So I had the win on that one. The next game was Indiana, number 2, Indiana, looking good, and they did perform well. They won 31-7, but Big D, Steve laid a little too much chalk. He laid 28.5 points. Obviously, they only won by 24, and not to badger him on this, but Wisconsin didn't come out playing where they thought they would, and their kind of season's over for them as well. Indy is now 11-0. Quarterback Fernando Mendoza is a name to watch. He had 4 touchdowns. Nice-looking quarterback there for Indiana, and they're really the surprise, I think, of the year for them. They had a decent team last year, but to be at number 2, they're going to definitely be vying for a bowl championship here. Then we had Aaron and Steve. They were on the Bama game, and as I said, with Alabama, sooner or later a team would come knocking on the door and not only cover but beat them. They were laying 6 points, and Oklahoma won outright. Great game, 23-21, without a doubt the upset of the week, knocking off number 4 Alabama. Oklahoma was number 11. I'll get the polls tomorrow and see where they're at, but I'm sure they're certainly top 10 now. Then on Sunday, we went to the NFL, 9:30, Madrid, Spain, I should say. We got definitely got a good one coming up about that with the lady who sung the national anthem. I don't know if you guys happen to catch the attire that she was wearing, but nevertheless, Miami pulling it out in overtime real quick. They had 2.5-point lay, and then Riley Peterson with a 29-yard field goal in overtime to win the game there. Jacksonville Jaguars, that was a bad pick I was on. I took the Chargers, and boy, they got crushed, 35-6. They never got off the plane for that East Coast game coming from the West Coast. Niners, well, they look good too. They knocked off the Cardinals 41-22. I was on that one as well. George Kittle, big day with 2 touchdowns. Niners are now 7-4. They're definitely a viable playoff club as well. Broncos, Will Lutz with a big field goal there, 35 yards to edge. Pat Mahomes in Kansas City, and Aaron and Steve were on Kansas City. It was a good pick, but nope, they got beat 22-19. Just couldn't get it done. Bo Nix 24-37, 295 yards. Rams hold off the Seahawks with a late surge. I mean, Matthew Stafford had 4 interceptions, almost blew that game. So you got to pump the brakes on the 8-2 Rams.
How about Bo Nix after the game? By the way, have you ever heard a quarterback be more disrespectful to the Chiefs, saying, "Hey, they played us tough. They got a good team over there." Okay. Hey, Bud. Last time I checked,
wow,
they pretty much dominated. What do you mean they've got a good team over there? Really?
I think he was trying to be nice about it.
I don't know about that, man.
He's playing the political.
That's crazy.
I thought it was his way of saying we're the new big dog in town.
I think it was.
Well, and he's not wrong at that. They're tough up there, and if they get some home games, they're going to be a tough out. Denver, they're tough in that Stadium, Mile High there. And the Vikings, they fell 19-17 as well. And then last night, the Detroit game was a yawner. Most people fell asleep by halftime. Nothing against Philly. I think they have a good club. They are the odds-on team right now to win the Super Bowl, sitting at 9-2. The Eagles, they look fantastic. I know my friends in Philly love to beat me up being a Cowboy fan, but I have to take my hat off to the Eagles. They are the top team. Jalen Hurts looked okay, pedestrian on the numbers, but nevertheless, they pulled that game out as well. I think I got all the games there, Big D, and obviously we're on to tonight. We got the Cowboys taking on the Raiders in Vegas. Dallas laying 3.5 on the road. 11 to go in the first quarter. No score as of yet. And real quick, just want to get to this one story. U.S. national anthem singer for NFL Spain game sparks debate over outfit choice. You know, it's all about the fashion. In this case, it might have been a little tasteless. Ryan Gatos of Fox News. Karina Paisan was tapped to sing the Star-Spangled Banner before the NFL's first ever regular season game in Madrid, Spain, between the Miami Dolphins and Washington Commanders. Paisan came out to the field in a black mini dress with thigh-high stockings and garters to sing the national anthem. While her performance went well, fans were upset with her outfit as she was singing. Cut one, Aaron, if you could roll that, please. So, more for the song, not to be disrespectful, obviously the national anthem, but want to just show you how she wore a black garter. I mean, really, it looked like something maybe for evening wear, but not something to sing a national anthem at 9:30 in the morning on the East Coast, for goodness sakes. So many fans got caught up. It was a big frenzy, of course, on X. A lot of posts, a lot of stuff coming out of the New York Post as well. But regardless, Paisan ignored the critics and wrote on Instagram about how proud she was to have the opportunity to sing the anthem in front of thousands of people in Spain. And Paisan has been in the music industry for quite a while. Her R&B album, First Love, reached number 11 on the U.S. Rhythm and Blue charts and number 57 on the overall U.S. charts. Now, I'm pretty hip to music. I've never heard of her. Maybe Erin has heard of her because she's a little bit more into the music. You know this girl?
No, never heard of her.
There you go. So number 11 on Billboard. I don't know where that Billboard was.
Me neither.
Anyway, Big D, that is a wrap in sports for odds makers and all your NFL news for the first segment of sports.
All right, Slick, very good. I mean, I don't know. I only heard about 6 notes there, but I have way more issues with her singing of the anthem than I do of her outfit, at least from what I could tell there.
Yeah, not very good.
Keep the vocal gymnastics at home, please.
She wasn't good.
Sing the song, sweetheart. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have to hear the whole thing.
I think the fashion hit below the belt.
And plus, when these people get this opportunity, they got to lay it out there. They want to be remembered. You know, this is their one opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, we're all sitting around going, "Who the hell is this girl?" Well, this is our opportunity.
So that's our point. You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
This could be the precursor to Bad Bunny, Rick, for halftime. Could be the precursor.
You never know. I don't know.
All right, very good. All right, Paul Nolan's got some news on what's going on with ICE and some arrests they've made. Paul, what's going on?
Well, the Department of Homeland Security on Monday announced that they've arrested an illegal migrant who was allegedly a wanted terrorist, Big D. A legitimate terrorist from Uzbekistan who was also a truck driver in Kansas. Authorities issued the arrest warrant for the 31-year-old, take a page out of KDJ, Bozovarov. In 22, he was connected to the terrorist organization, and he was part of a group that was spreading jihadist propaganda. The 31-year-old was arrested earlier this month in an operation in Kansas where he worked a commercial truck. And now, you know, Tricia McLaughlin, who was the head of the group that arrested this all-star, said not only was Atkar Bozarov a wanted terrorist released into the county by the Biden administration, he was, it goes without saying that illegal aliens, let alone terrorists, shouldn't be driving 18-wheelers on the American highways.
Amen to that.
All right, 26 past the hour. We'll do some more news with Paul and with Rick Delgado when we get back live from Studio 6B on a Monday, right after this.
Chat live in the
Definitely
chat.
shouldn't be allowed in the other locker rooms getting interviews and stuff, that's for sure.
And also, what about the practices and things? I think he's ethical enough. Well, I shouldn't say that. Remember the Deflategate?
You know what's funny? His numbers were better in the second half when they inflated the ball.
That is funny.
That was another thing about nothing, just people hating on him for being greater than everybody else.
Yeah, kind of like Trump derangement syndrome with Brady, right? The same type of thing where they just hated him to hate him.
Kitty 92.
Come on.
You know, we talk about corruption, though, like conflict of interest. Oh, look at this. Jack, what are you doing?
What happened?
Dak is a disaster.
You said he's the second best quarterback in the league, though, statistically this year? Is he having that good a year?
Yeah.
He coughed
I
it
didn't know. I'm not
Up
paying
until last
attention
week.
like I used to.
Just terrible.
Can be 412.
What's his TDs to interceptions?
He's got I think 19 to 4.
Wow.
It's not bad, but he's just, that was.
What up?
He's such a nice guy, though.
What do you got here?
It's a hard guy to hate.
The Hoser.
That's a
Chrissy Cat.
Who else but Max Crosby, who they would have loved to have gotten?
Don't laugh at my groin.
Great name.
Nor Queen 62. Doc's Gal. RD Bull. TJK 3746. Everybody in the Rumble chat. And yes, I did bet on this game as well.
There was a couple good quotes in that article, but it was. Let me get this. I'm glad I got to squeeze it in. But some of the stupidity that's going on in this world is just beyond me. Nah, it's not a big deal. There's so much news today.
Farmer Ranch Dane. There's another farmer. Oh, former rancher. Farmer Brook.
You can read really
Racing
well.
Banshee.
You's a good reader.
Dave Syverson says, Damon, Stevie is in here, and we are discussing FB2DS, if that's a real thing. I don't know what that is. What
I
is
have no idea what that means.
2DS.
FB2DS?
Yeah. I don't know what that stands for. I'm not familiar with the acronym.
Me neither.
TDS is Trump derangement syndrome, right? FB would be
Farmer Brook.
F. Biden. F. Biden.
Was that Quentin Williams in there?
Quentin Williams,
Who said
baby.
that? Syverson?
Yeah.
Well, Syverson.
Syverson.
Look at this. Look at Geno Smith.
Half the time.
That's true. But he
Good
directed
coverage,
it towards you, so I forget.
Well, I mean.
I tell you. Tumbleweed Farmer.
Damon, Farmer Brook 2 derangement syndrome.
Oh, okay.
I need Cliff Notes to figure out the 30 minutes past the hour live for Studio 6B on a Monday night. Glad you're in. Slick's doing sports, watching his Cowboys. How you doing, Slick?
We're off to a little bit of a bumpy start, Big D.
I'm just going to check on you throughout the night just to make sure you're okay.
They lose tonight. It's 1989 all over again for me.
Okay. Delgado's going to do some news. Paul Nolan's going to do some news. We rushed Paul through that. We were getting to the break of that last story, and you said there was some quotes or something in there.
I X'd it out, but it's just, to me, what was really, I thought was so interesting is the fact that, we're talking about legitimate jihadists.
Yeah. How many of them? How many stories like that could there be written?
Endless. I mean, there was just another 130 arrests. But to me, I don't know why they're really not focusing on everybody with any form of terrorist connection. I don't care. I honestly don't care if you just accidentally on a wrong number called somebody while you're in Afghanistan who was I don't care. Get them out. I'm just saying, get them out. I don't want. I think that's the priority. All the criminals, and the drug dealers and the cartel guys, and anybody closely related to any terrorist organization. And I don't care if it's 5 degrees of separation. Get them out. Yeah, that's what I think.
You know what's kind of upsetting though is the fact that these people are driving tractor trailers around the country,
and they can't read the signs.
It goes beyond that. I don't care about the signs. They don't care about the signs. I care about what are they carrying in some of those trucks. What you know what I mean? It's like
I care about the signs.
Right. At what point are we going to? The guy's going to drop off his load and be like, "Now I'm going to go pick up something else that they don't know about." and we don't know what they're going to do with that stuff. And you don't know where they're going to drive it
Really?
to.
That's the way he's going to. Is that your?
No,
He
so,
might.
So you just did a Sikh Indian. They don't blow themselves up. The Sikhs don't.
He's watching too much
No, I did this. I did that.
Too much F-files or whatever that
Sounds
is.
like Rashid Tlaib.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, think about it, because we've already seen what the careless ones will do with a truck. They end up killing people because they're not paying attention. They're being careless. Now you're putting an actual terrorist who's like, I think I still hate America now. What am I going to do next?
You're doing Indian
I guess
again.
I am. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Leave the Indians alone.
your impressions are just sound like
It's
Biden talking
terrible.
about the guy at
You know, it's so close to
7-Eleven.
Pakistan. I can't discern this.
He's doing the 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
no,
he's
it's
doing
done
Biden.
today.
Yes, I'm doing the 7-Eleven guy.
You would like a slushy, and then Michael would away. You've been a good customer.
How would you like to get into my truck? I drive you to 7. No, no, but it's upsetting because it's like this is an actual terrorist, and how many more of them that hate America are thinking, I've got a huge weapon here, I can just drive over Americans.
You know, I think I'd fill it up with dynamite.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so let's not give any ideas.
That's what I was saying. That was my point.
Anyway,
Got it.
My head.
we got one more out.
All right, let's do. I mean, do I want to even do that? I guess I do. Let's do some news
Unless there's a rally of blue-head people trying to save this guy.
with Rick Delgado, and of course, the big news of the day is supposedly the president's U-turn, which we're hearing. People are classifying it as all different kinds of things, and that would be the president's turn on the Epstein files. Rick Delgado's going to get us up to date on everything that's going on. Rick Delgado, what's going on?
Holy moly. It's been a whirlwind weekend of wacky Epstein nonsense coming out from all different areas. I think the one that caught me, the one that really got me on the whole Epstein thing was it broke Friday night late during the show, so we didn't have a chance to get to it. But this Washington Post story that I don't know if you had a chance to catch it. Epstein, while he was alive, texted with House Democrats during the Cohen hearing, according to documents.
Oh, our friend Stacey Plaskett.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Newly released documents, this again from the Washington Post, from the convicted sex offender's estate include text messages from him that appear to influence the lawmakers' questions to Trump's personal attorney in the 2019 congressional hearing. The newly released documents, which I mentioned, are concerning Democratic member from Congress, Delaware, Stacey Plaskett of the U.S. Virgin Islands during a congressional hearing with Michael Cohen, and that those text messages may have influenced, well, we saw the video, that definitely influenced, the Congresswoman's questions to Cohen. President Trump's former personal attorney and fixer in the text. Epstein appears to be watching the February 2019 hearing in real time, and at one point texted Plaskett, whose name is redacted in the documents that Cohen had brought up, former Trump executive Rona Graff. Here is that video. This is cut number 3. It's a little bit long. It's a little bit over a minute. But watch how this, because they did a great job, the Washington Post, actually doing a time,
Come on.
by the time. Yeah,
Really?
Exactly.
The compost?
But you see the text that they have, I guess they synced it up with the time of the text. They got the information from of the text, what time it was, what was sent, and they lined it up with the video. And you can see, at first he asked her about chewing something. She stops chewing. You see her chewing something, then she stops. And then it gets to the question of Rona. Check this out. Cut 3 for yourself. Watch this.
Obama was president of the United States.
And read along as well.
And while we were once driving through a struggling neighborhood in Chicago, he commented that only black people could live that way. Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
You, as my friend Mr. Meadows pointed out, misled this committee even today in a written submission that contradicted your testimony. You have suggested you are going to review that. Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record, yes or no?
Yes.
Question, you helped out the president's campaign or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman, even in your words today. It was your idea for the campaign dating back to 2011. Is that accurate, yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They
and
are.
Are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
You got to quickly give us as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she's involved in a lot that went on.
Yeah, so there you have it. And again, it's tough to watch and follow along, but you kind of get the idea. It's basically, it's being done in real time. And the real question is, why does Jeffrey Epstein even have her number to text her? And why is she so relaxed about having him as one of her contacts that she feels comfortable enough during a congressional hearing to text him right back? Yeah, I was chewing. Now I'm not chewing. And it really exposes.
Think about like what that says in the hierarchy of who's important. I don't want you chewing. Yes, sir. Epstein's clearly paying her. She's clearly paid off, so she's just following her marching orders for her paycheck.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The texts were released as part of other copies of thousands of pages of documents containing Epstein emails and other communications. They were released to the House Oversight Committee. The messages show Epstein was invested in what Cohen was sharing about Trump, the financier's former friend, during his testimony. Trump has provided many accounts of why he ended the decade. No, he hasn't. He pretty much told him he kicked him out because he was soliciting chicks at his place.
Couldn't Cohen have just, maybe I'm way off here. I couldn't really read the screen because my eyes are so bad. Couldn't Cohen have given her, and couldn't this be like a trifecta of just inside work there? Couldn't Cohen have given her his number or him her number and said, why don't you guys say this to each other while you're questioning me and make it look like it's whatever, and I'll just throw out a bunch of stuff? I mean, I don't know.
No, that seems a little. Well, that's a lot to coordinate there.
Okay.
It just seems like she's very comfortable with talking to Jeffrey Epstein. He's comfortable reaching out to her.
Is it weird though that Epstein could have? I mean, Epstein probably had all these people's numbers.
That's what's weird though. I mean, this is 2019. He had already been convicted of the sex crimes in Florida, and everybody kind of knew he was kind of a dirtbag. But it seemed like there was a stream of people, and according to these documents, President Trump's name, or at least Trump's name, was mentioned well over 1,000 times. I think we could be seeing the patient zero of TDS in Jeffrey Epstein. He hated Trump. After he got kicked out, and he thought, and he had identified him as the whistleblower that got him busted.
Look,
didn't Cohen hate him by that time too?
Yeah.
Okay, so you think it's far-fetched that the two of them were working together?
I don't.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I don't. I think they're all coordinating all of this stuff. I think
because by the time Cohen was doing what he was doing, he was already under investigation, if not had already been thrown in jail.
Just to speculate, for me, I think they're organized. I think they're gonna. This is such high stake game here. Like, to think that they're all not, on the same, page with each other, to me is a little far. I don't think it's that far-fetched at all, especially because Epstein probably envisions himself as the boss of all these people, considering how much power he wielded over everybody, how much money he had under his control. You have to believe he felt like he was kind of calling the shots and running the show.
Right. A lot of people describe him as thinking he was the smartest guy in the room, but I guess it depends on what room you're in. Here is President Trump, cut number 4, talking about the Epstein files. And again, like you mentioned, he's about face. He says, release him. Cut number 4. Check it out.
Here's what I want. We have nothing to do with Epstein. The Democrats do. All of his friends were Democrats. You look at this Reid Hoffman, you look at Larry Summers, Bill Clinton, they went to his island all the time, and many others. They're all Democrats. We've already given, I believe the number is 50,000 pages. 50,000 pages. And it's just a Russia hoax as it pertains to the Republicans. Now, I believe that some of the people that we mentioned are being looked at very seriously for their relationship to Jeffrey Epstein, but they were with him all the time. I wasn't at all. And we'll see what happens. What I just don't want Epstein to do is detract from the great success of the Republican Party, including the fact that the Democrats are totally blamed for the shutdown.
Yeah, so there you have it, President Trump talking about the Epstein files and pretty much, kind of spinning things around. and saying, okay, let's get this released. It'll be interesting to see who actually votes for it now, because I guess it's got to be cleared by Congress to release these things.
I think by both houses, and the president's going to have to sign off on it.
Yep, by both houses. I think it goes to the House first, and then it goes to the Senate. It'll be interesting to see how many senators go, yeah, no, we're not going to do this. I guess that will expose them as to why that would be. So we'll see what happens there. Pretty interesting
Trump
stuff.
sounds hoarse. Sounds like he's sick.
Yeah,
he does.
Sounds run down.
I heard him say, I lost my voice because I was yelling at stupid people all weekend or something, he said.
That I can believe.
Like the woman from Bloomberg on the runway?
Yeah, exactly. I've got another great story here on a Democrat, Damon, you're not going to want to miss. Democrat Brad Sherman.
That guy. Every story with that guy's got to be good.
No,
all right, we'll do that when we get back live from Studio 6B on a Monday right after this.
You'll enjoy this. Chat live in the chat. Slick, it's 3-3. That's not bad, right?
Oh, no. Geno Smith looks like Joe Montana right now.
He does look pretty good.
Defense is, because he's going to be. Meanwhile, normally another team, he can't even fog a mirror. But, tonight,
I think Brock Bowers already got my
speaks
number.
to the secondary. Look at this guy all day, all time.
I'm putting a very important poll on Twitter right now.
Okay. Damon loves the poll.
So I want you, everybody, follow us on X at LFS6B. Go over there.
On the Twix. What's the question?
I'm not telling you.
Well, then how the hell am I supposed to vote?
Well, it's like guessing what even is that?
Got to go over to X, right?
I'm already on X. Are you putting it in the...
I just posted it.
In the chat?
Should I put it in the chat? Well, let's put it on X, then we'll put it in the chat, too.
You put it on X.
We'll see what the...
Oh, that's a good one, Big D. It's a good one. Oh, so far it's 100%. There's only one vote. Mine.
Okay.
There we go.
Follow us on X. Go over the X and take part of the poll. Right now, 11 votes.
Oh, that's a good one.
11 votes so far. I'd like to see that get to a couple thousand.
I'm going to say
get a
more
real
Ds.
poll here going. Well, just vote Delgado. I don't have to give it away. Okay.
And I have a lot
There is
of
no
Ds.
picture on Pluto, just sound. Helen on Facebook says. Find that hard to believe, but somebody, Fran, you want to check that? Pluto?
Hi, Helen.
Oh,
Thanks
look,
for
there's not
watching.
much I can do about it.
Hello.
Oh, I just wonder if it's true.
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Laverne.
Hello, Jerry.
What's going on with Laverne? Ben was talking about that Friday night at the show.
Laverne, we have 40 votes. 40 votes.
Well, that was quick.
95 to 5 so far. I'm surprised that it's even 5.
What?
Republicans? Dems.
You should have put a third equal.
96 to 4, Big D.
96 to 4, 103 votes. Let's get this to a couple thousand
I would have picked
so we can consider it a real poll.
What do you...
13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday night. I just put a very important poll up on our X. It's pinned at the top. You can go vote in that if you want to follow us on X at LFS6B. The Epstein files will have more blank in them. Choice A is Republicans. Choice B is Democrats. So if you want to weigh in, go to our X right now and chime in and vote for that at LFS6B on X. Epstein files will have more blank in them. Republicans or Democrats. Those are your two choices. So hopefully we can get a couple thousand votes, and we'll see what the percentages are. I'm a little surprised at the percentages already. Not that it's overwhelmingly Democrats, but there are people who think could be more Republicans in there. So that's why I'm interested to see a couple thousand people vote and see where the numbers lie. So go over to our X at LFS6B and take part of the poll. Let's get back to the news Delgado was doing. Brad Sherman, one of my faves. What did he do
yes.
now?
One of your faves, Dame. You're going to love this. Turns out Representative Brad Sherman, he's kind of old, little on the later side of his career.
On the creepy side, yes.
Yeah, that too. Age 71, is blaming Elon Musk, Damon. For the fact that he was scrolling dirty pictures on a plane and got caught.
Come on. This guy was?
Yes. Representative Brad Sherman blamed Elon Musk's X algorithm for serving him saucy pictures amid a potential scandal involving him scrolling through softcore porn in public.
I heard about this guy.
I thought he was on a plane with Elon. I'm like, where was this guy in any private jet with Elon?
No way. No. The 71-year... No, he did it
he's blaming Elon because he was doing it. That way more believable. I'm just surprised it was women.
Yeah, the 71-year-old California Democrat was photographed looking at pictures of lingerie-clad girls on his tablet while on a flight.
Glad you got it slick, thanks. Yeah.
Pictures of Sherman were posted on X by the Dear White staffers account, an account made up of a group of Capitol Hill staffers working to expose poor working conditions. The images were later reposted by Donald Trump Jr. As the images circulated on social media, everybody got a good view of Representative Sherman, who claimed the photos were served to him by X's algorithm. He didn't go looking for them, Damon.
Yeah, no, of course.
They said, let's bring these over to Brad because we know he doesn't want to look at them.
What was he like, searching young lady Chatterley? You know, with 71-year-old. What does he look?
Yes. She's quite the goer at 68.
Like I said, the news here.
I remember it here.
I don't know. The more I think about this story, I don't know. This might actually be I don't know.
Where did I
There's a couple pieces of news here in this story.
Right.
Viacom in 1976.
Lingerie, the fact that it was women, it was number one, I'm surprised.
That's a big step.
And number two, I don't know. It might be might give Brad a little more street cred.
Every guy's like, no, it's the algorithm's fault. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me, honey.
I'm a victim.
Of course it wasn't me.
I've been spammed.
Oh my God, I have no idea.
I was looking at puppies when all of a sudden
my algorithm
showed up.
I know the algorithm. What do you mean the algorithm sends me stuff that they think I'm interested in from what I've scrolled before? No, never.
Right.
No.
Go to YouTube, Big D.
As the images circulated on social media, John Brescian in a Punchbowl News secured an interview with Representative Sherman, who claimed the photos were served to him. He said, this was on Twitter. These pictures came up for you. I must have looked at more than 1,000 posts. He said, what is he saying? I think he's burying himself.
These 1,000 lingerie models just showed up on my timeline, damn it.
He says the Twitter feed algorithm brings out-of-network tweets from accounts you don't follow, it says. Based on your past interactions, your past likes, retweets, and replies, help the algorithm decide what to show you, according to the social B.
There's no one who's going to look at you and think you're a victim, pal. Just I hate to tell you.
And the fact that there's more than one picture and there are different girls on the tablet that you can see. He was scrolling. He didn't just come across it once and go, oh, this is not for me, and move along. He just kept checking the next one.
Brad, just say you're inspired by Bill Belichick. That's all. Just say Bill's my inspiration.
Yeah. Just steer into it.
Bill does his best work. Best work on the airplane.
Wow, she doesn't have a walker. She's a hottie.
Just steer into it, Brad. Just say, I'm looking for a girlfriend or whatever. I don't know. Maybe he's married. I have no idea.
So there you have it. Brad Sherman. He's been serving in Congress since 1997, and he's been a perv ever since. So there you have it.
He looks like Letterman had a baby with Dershowitz. Mirzi Tote said.
That's a good one. I like that.
A total creeper, Kathy says on Facebook.
He looks like one.
Yeah, he really does look like
he looks
that.
the part.
Well, like I said, but the biggest news out of that story is that it was actually women that he was scrolling.
Yeah,
I think that's the news, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. So.
Who knows?
We have 505 votes now. Let's try to get that up to 2,000 on our poll. The Epstein files will have more blank in them over available on X. Weigh in. 522 votes so far, 93% Democrats, 7% for the Republicans, though, which I'm a little surprised at. So we'll see if that number continues to grow. That people think there could be more Republicans in there than Democrats, which is... I mean, listen, we always say it's one big uniparty. It's certainly possible. So weigh in on X if you want to be a part of that. So, all right, very good. We'll get some more news with Delgado here in a second. Let's do some news with Paul Nolan. Trump says he may open talks with Maduro amid U.S. military buildup. Paul, what's this about?
Yeah, well, this just in. Lindsey Graham was looking at Boy Scouts gone wild, but we'll do that story in the next segment. So Trump says he's also willing to conduct strikes in Mexico to thwart drug operations. And now there's three headlines from Just the News, all kind of connected to one another. Colombia, Brazil unite against Trump's pressure on Venezuelan drug strikes. But Trump is now saying he's open to talks to Maduro amid the military buildup. He said, we may have some discussions with Maduro. We'll see how it turns out. They would like to talk. Trump went on to say, I'll talk to anybody. Trump suggested that they would keep the pressure on Maduro. We're going to stop drug dealers from dealing drugs and drugs coming into our country. And he said his comments came on the heels as the Defense Department announced another attack on the alleged drug boat in the Eastern Pacific, in which he said narco-terrorists were killed. Now, we know a lot of people are pushing back on that, but I got to be honest with you, I don't... that does not look like a poor fisherman's boat. That looks to me, those three engines alone are like $85,000 to $100,000. So it doesn't sound like Santiago, the old man in the sea, is puttering around trying to catch a dolphin. But this is also in the wake that early on Sunday, the Pentagon said that the U.S. Navy's largest aircraft, the Gerald Ford, with 5,000 military personnel and dozens of warplanes on board, all moved into the Caribbean. This is in addition to 8 warships, a nuclear submarine, and F-35 aircraft already sent to the region. So Trump is definitely raising the bar here, and he says he's willing to conduct some strikes over in Mexico as well, because let's be honest, there's way more drugs coming out of Mexico than Venezuela. We know that the Chinese are sending all of the the pieces and parts and ingredients of the pharmaceuticals to create the fentanyl and to create the assault on the American population. So he said that on Monday, he said that they're willing to conduct missile strikes inside of Mexico as part of the administration's efforts to curb illicit drug smuggling. Trump said that they are largely trying to attack the drug boats from Venezuela, but he says he'll do whatever it takes to stop the illegal flow of drugs like fentanyl into our country. Hundreds of thousands of Americans have died from overdosing from fentanyl in recent years, and he said, would I launch strikes into Mexico to stop drugs? Yeah, I'll do whatever I have to do to stop drugs. So the whole thing is ratcheting up. So those three stories kind of covered in one there, but Brazil and Brazil and so many other countries are starting to get a little like they're going to team up a little against our boy Trump.
All right, quick wrap on hour 1, hour 2. When we come back live from Studio 6B on a Monday night. Stay right there. We're back right after this. All right, if you haven't taken part of our poll yet, go over to X at LFS6B and weigh in. Epstein files will have more blank in them. We've got 643 votes right now, looking to get that up to around 2,000. We've got some comments in there as well. Kevin Stockman says Transmabobs wasn't a choice.
This is you know what Slick this reminds me of? Damon is Gene Rayburn doing Match Game.
Yeah, exactly.
Pedophiles are non-denominational.
The Epstein files will have more blank.
Yes.
It'll be close is my guess.
Right.
Well, it's not close at all.
Jamie Farr, what'd you get for this?
Gene Rayburn was good at his job.
Awesome.
Now, Clint says it's a nothing burger either way, meaning no one will believe whatever's released or hold back info. That's why they've doctored the files for 4 years.
Paul Lynn, have to say.
Who?
Paul Lynn.
I don't see a Paul Lynn in here.
You don't remember Paul?
Paul Lynn, yes.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
We're talking about Match Game.
Paul Lind.
Or
Hollywood Squares. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I know that. I don't know Match Game.
How old were you?
I just remember one Paul Lynn line. I think he said, if tennis players get tennis elbows, what do bowlers get? Bowlers' balls. Something about the way he spoke was funny. Oh, that's right. He's the first famous gay guy.
Eva Gabor.
I would say Liberace was, but that's just me.
But no one saw it coming.
I wish my brother George were here.
That's pretty good, Slick.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm proud of that one.
Do you like my coat?
I used to love Charles Nelson Riley on the.
Oh, he was fantastic. I loved it. He could have been Gomer Pyle's stand-in.
Oh, my goodness. He was a nut.
He was fantastic.
I like
All right,
Lily
so Slick, we're on
Tomlin.
D3, D4 here.
Yeah.
Then we'll just keep plowing. So Delgado, after that, we'll jump to your E2, E3.
Okay.
Cut 2 coming up, Aaron. Cut 2. Okay, thank you.
All right, I just voted.
Good,
What'd you
very
vote,
good.
Paul? What'd you vote?
What'd you vote, Paul?
I can't tell. You can't
You gonna
tell.
tell us?
It's confidential.
You gonna tell us?
Are you part of the 5%?
Guys from live from Studio 6B, they're pretty hysterical. Have you seen this Slick Rick guy?
That hat.
All right, thanks, Joe. Hour 2, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Have you seen that Slick Rick guy with that Dallas hat? We'll check in on the Dallas Cowboys game tonight, plus some other sports coming up here. Rick Delgado's got some news. Nolan's going to have some more news as well. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. And, of course, you live from Studio 6B audience. Glad you're in wherever you're watching. If you're watching on social media, make sure you follow us on all of our social media wherever you're watching at LFS6B. If you haven't partake in our poll tonight over on X, the Epstein files will have more blank in them. Choice A would be Republicans. Choice B would be Democrats. Weigh in before 10 o'clock, and we'll tell you what the results are. Right now, 730 of you have weighed in.
And write-in votes are in the comments.
Yeah, in the comments.
Yes, you can write in a vote if you have a different than that in the comments. We already have a bunch in the comments already.
We see some good memes in there, too, so far.
Yes. Even though there's 23 hours and 44 minutes left on this poll, we'd like to get as many as we can in here before 10 o'clock. So head over to @LFS6B on X and weigh in on our poll. Epstein files will have more blank in them.
This is Match Game. Damon, you have to.
Well, now I'm doing it on purpose because I know that's what you're...
But if you watched it, you would You would fall in love with this show because it was so funny.
Top 10 answers on the board. Epstein.
Well, no, now you're doing Family Feud.
Now I'm doing my boy Steve Harvey.
Circle gets the square.
All right, let's do some. What are we doing? We're doing sports.
Richard Dawson,
let's
talk
do
about
some
legends,
sports.
right?
Check in on this. Slick, how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there, Big D. It's going to be a battle. Nothing's easy with the Cowboys tonight. Allegiant Stadium right now. The Cowboys just went up 10-6.
No, we're going to do sports right now. I just wanted to know how you're doing personally. You doing good?
I thought you were asking me because of the game. Okay, because that's usually how you gauge me.
You're feeling good, right?
I'm feeling well. I am feeling well.
Okay, Slick's feeling well. Let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell, LFS6B. Is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow. Slickster, let's go. What's going on in sports?
All right, Allegiant Stadium, Vegas, Dallas Cowboys, Raiders getting it on right now. 10-6, about 3 minutes into the second quarter. Geno Smith moving the ball well, though. I don't like the way the Cowboys are playing. They're not even calling holds here. So this is what it is, but we'll see what happens.
So you're not happy with the refs, you mean?
Wait. I am unhappy with the refs. And wait till I get to it. That's a perfect segue into my next story, Big D.
Okay,
I'm missing something here, I know. Fans demand the NFL punish referees for terrible pass interference call against the Lions. This is Dylan Gwynn of Breitbart. Stop me if you've heard this before, but an egregious call by an NFL official altered the outcome of a game. This time the incident occurred on Sunday Night Football, where the Eagles and Lions were locked in a primetime battle with likely playoff implications. With a 16-9 lead and desperately trying to hold on to the ball to keep Detroit's offense on the sidelines, Eagles coach Nick Sirianni called the play for his perpetually discontent wide receiver A.J. Brown on a crucial 3rd and 8. However, the pass sailed wide, and it appeared as though the Lions' path to comeback glory was still wide open. But that was not to be, as an official threw a flag on Detroit's raucous sin for defensive pass interference, keeping the Philly drive alive. Let's go to that cut, too. Aaron, show the player. Now, this is a pass interference here. Look at this, gentlemen. What do we have here?
Right there.
Oh, stop it. He didn't even nudge him. Are you kidding me? That's a PI? No way.
I'll show you where it is. As soon as he turns, he grabs him right there.
Oh, that's
right there. Look at the shoulder.
That's nonsense. I don't.
And then he holds his hand down.
Oh yeah,
right
look
there.
at
He pulled his hand there.
He clearly can't get to the spot he knows the ball's going to be at.
Well, if I had the
Good
audio,
call.
NBC's Chris Collinsworth, usually reserved in times of controversy to avoid angering his network partner, the NFL, was apologetic. Oh, come on. That is terrible. That was a weak call at best, in my opinion. I don't see that. I disagree with you, gentlemen, respectfully, but I don't think that was a good call at all, Big D.
Well, the three of us think it was dead on.
Yeah, and now you're complaining about calls tonight.
You got to let these guys, you got to let these fellas play. But then I was just complaining for a holding call. And one more quick
there was no holding, though. They actually sacked the quarterback.
He had his arm around the guy's neck. Rick, real quick, Big D, real quick. Did anybody hear about this poor Jet guy over the weekend, the cornerback? Yeah. That was really sad news. Yeah. And, well, I mean, obviously everybody knows the details now, but former Vikings player Jack Brewer calls New York a lawless city after Jets' Chris Boyd wounded in shooting. This is breaking news that it's a lawless city. Boy, we're in trouble. Poor Boy of Breitbart coming in here. Jake Brewer, former special teams captain for the Minnesota Vikings, called New York a lawless city after Jets cornerback Chris Boyd was wounded in a shooting on Sunday. Boyd was shot in Midtown early Sunday morning and has been in critical condition at the Bellevue Hospital. The shooting took place on West 38th Street near 7th Avenue shortly after 2 a.m., according to police who did not identify Boyd as the victim, reported the New York Post. Sources confirmed Boyd, who has been injured on injured reserve during his first season with the Jets since August, as the victim. We are aware of the situation involving Chris Boyd and will have no further comment at this time, the Jets said. Jack Brewer, who played for the NFL from 2002 to 2005, told the outlet that he was praying for Boyd's recovery, adding New York is a lawless city. And real quick on this quote, today, New York City is even more lawless, Brewer said, with upcoming leaders who are openly anti-police and anti-law and order. The direction of that city is only going to get worse. In fact, if I were coaching there right now, I'd write it into every contract. You are personally liable for anything that happens after midnight, and your deal is terminated if you break curfew. That's a little strict, but you know what? We are heading to a lawless city. I know there was a rumble at the Garden as well at the UFC fight. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
I watched every second.
I mean, it was absolutely crazy. I guess the brother Muslimhood was there as well, so there was a lot of back and forth there with Makovech. But we'll get into that. I have that report a little bit later, Big D.
Okay.
And that's a wrap in sports right now. Back to you.
I was locked in on you at UFC, as you know, Slick, all night.
Yeah, it was
Watched
a little boring, right? It was a little ho-hum.
I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, go figure.
So we'll talk about that later. 6 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. If you haven't weighed in on our poll, go over to X at LFS6B, at LFS6B on X. Epstein files will have more blank in them. Republicans or Democrats, you can vote right now. 830 of you now have voted. And we're trying to get that to 2,000 before 10 o'clock so we can give you the results and see if the Republican percentage goes up. I'm surprised, a little surprised it's at 7% right now.
I wonder if Charo and Tony Randall are going to chime in.
All right, let's do some news here as we open hour 2 with Rick Del Gato. Oh, look at this headline. Trump defends Tucker Carlson after interview with activists. What's this about?
Well, this is coming from the AP. President Donald Trump Sunday brushed aside concerns about conservative commentator Tucker Carlson in a recent interview with far-right activist known for his anti-Semitic views, which has caused a what they call a schism. Or a schism, or whatever, in the Republican Party.
Or a schism, maybe.
Or a schism. I think they spelled it wrong. Trump defended Carlson, saying the former Fox News host said good things about him, blah, blah, blah. He was talking about the interview that Tucker Carlson did.
He was talking about the soft porn that Carlson did with Nick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes, yes. His followers see themselves as working to preserve America's white Christian identity, and people have to decide. Trump did not criticize Carlson or Fuentes. Here he is, cut number 5, Trump talking about this. And he also leans into the reporter, who he calls terrible as well. Cut number 5, check this out.
Well, I found him to be good. I mean, he said good things about me over the years. I think he's good. We've had some good interviews. I did an interview with him. We had 300 million hits. You know that.
He's talking about Tucker.
Look, I can't tell him. Will you let me finish my statement? You are the worst. You're with Bloomberg, right? You are the worst. I don't know why they even have you. We've had some great interviews with Tucker Carlson, but you can't tell him who to interview.
Yeah, and you know what? He makes a great point. Unfortunately, he kind of gets cut off a little bit there. You can't tell anybody who they can interview.
He's absolutely right about that.
That's just stupid.
Can't tell him who to interview, but you can criticize the interview once it's done, and people should criticize that interview because we know Tucker is one of the foremost interviewers ever. We know the job Tucker can do. He ended Mike Pence's career on stage in front of everybody.
I mean, he
ended it.
Listen,
ended it.
Well, he is a great interviewer.
He is a great interviewer.
Yeah. But when I see people from MAGA saying you should never platform him, no one should talk to. I got to be honest with you. That is the antithesis of what America is about.
Yeah.
It's how the trans and the LGBTQ, LMNOPQRS BS has been telling us you're a homophobe. It's just a manipulation. I'm an Islamophobe because I don't want to see some guy running into a church blowing people up. I'm an Islamophobe. Yeah, okay. It's endless. It's just an endless scam that will constantly, ram down our throat. But I think you're right, because I tried to watch some of that Tucker interview with Fuentes, and it was first, the kid is annoying. Have you ever heard him talk?
I've listened to a lot of them.
He is annoying. His voice goes through you. I mean,
I've heard more of him in the last 2 weeks than I never heard in my whole life. I never heard of him before.
I didn't know much about him at all, but all this talk, you can't listen to this guy talk. I watched him on PBD, and I think Patrick Bet-Davis does a good job because he's not like the most educated guy, but he's extremely smart, and he's successful, and he's curious, and he's stern. And he gave this kid Fuentes, in my opinion, a lot of good advice. He went out of his way to really be like a father figure to him, telling him how he's got some talent, how he could be good at this if he would stop being basically an animal.
Right.
But I really didn't watch a lot of.
I
don't watch his content because honestly, his voice goes through me.
Right. I didn't catch the interview at all. My whole take was, you know what? You can't. If you disagree with somebody, you need to hear what they have to say, so you know what you're talking about to disagree with them.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean. And how do you know if this type of person is out there? And again, I don't know exactly what his take is on a lot of things. But if you disagree with it, and if it's disgusting, then it's a good thing that you know about it, so you can identify and be like, oh, I've seen what this guy says about this. You know what I mean?
But I think people's main argument, though, is if you're going to platform evil, you have to call evil out for what it is, or you at least have to challenge
some of it.
You can't just sit there and lick his face for 2 hours and act like we just dismissed all lived experiences in the world. I mean, which is what he did. And then when he got asked about it, he's like, "Oh, if you don't like it, go do your own interview."
Right.
especially on our side. We saw what he did with Ted Cruz when he really wants to dig in. We saw what he did with Mike Pence. He ended his career. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, it was definitely.
If you don't like it, go do your own interview. I mean,
well, it turns out there's ramifications on this. A member of the Heritage Foundation board has resigned in protest over President Kevin Roberts' defense of Tucker Carlson in the wake of the interview with the far-right commentator Nick Fuentes. Robert P. George announced his departure Monday, specifically pointing to Roberts' unwillingness to fully retract a prior statement defending Carlson, who interviewed Fuentes in October. Roberts apologized for his video but declined to disavow Carlson. Although Kevin publicly apologized for what he said in the video, he cannot offer a full retraction of the comments, so we reached an impasse, blah, blah, blah. Basically, I guess you're not allowed to, have your own opinion.
No, you can't.
According to the Heritage Foundation.
Listen, this is another example of cancel culture. This is just not helping.
Just on the right.
This is terrible. Exactly. It's just absolutely terrible. If we're going to be the above the nonsense, and we're not going to be the high schoolgirl BS, we got to just be. I disagree with you, but I'll fight to the death for your right to say it.
Right.
I don't like what you're saying. I don't agree with what you're saying. You may make a couple salient points that I'm interested in, or I haven't thought of in a certain way. I'm open to everybody's idea, but I am not open to a big smear campaign, because now Tucker brings on Dane Wigington and does that full interview about chemtrails and the chemicals that are in the sky, and how Lee Zeldin is doing such a fantastic job firing. And now everybody is telling us that he's a nut. You can't listen to anything Tucker says anymore. To me, I just don't think you should throw the baby out with the bathwater.
No.
I can't stand that mentality. I just think it's a sign of you're like a fragile, typical, you're almost like the equivalent of the left's version of the overwoke.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier in the show. Again, the PSYOP thing. If you're not allowed to, disagree or have a different point of view or say anything, then you're being PSYOPed. You're being told, oh, you're not supposed to agree with this guy or even give him a chance to speak, because but meanwhile, that's what Charlie Kirk was fighting for, everybody's chance to speak.
Absolutely.
And whether you like it or not, you have your opportunity to hear it and then decide for yourself.
Exactly, because what's happening, this is blowing up in the face of Israel's losing support, and that's not good. This is blowing up in the face. It's turning into like the BLM had, black fatigue. People, and this is the unintended consequences hurting our allies in the Middle East. It's not doing its intended consequence. It's not good.
Yeah, so there you have that from the Heritage Foundation, forcing their board member to resign.
All right, 14 past the hour. I actually think we're in commercial right now. I don't know what happened. Something happened with the clock or whatever, but we went past the 14-minute mark. So we're in commercial. So we'll wait to rejoin the network here.
That's strange.
But it doesn't mean we can stop.
$15.50, is that right? But that's freezing too when it all freezes? Yeah, Randall on Facebook says Rav just went to commercial mid-sentence on Roku, so.
Look, another touchdown.
All right, so I'll just watch my...
Is his first name Turd?
I'll watch my clock on here. Just do that, yeah. Should we let
where's the flag?
PS know?
Oh, where's
30 seconds.
All right, mute the mics, friend.
What are we doing here?
right, 17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday night. Glad you're in. Well, it sounds like the blues, which means I'm going to talk to you about our friends at Birch Gold Group. And, it's the one time of year that our friends in the Birch Gold Group give away free gold. Hello. With every qualifying purchase. That's right. For Black Friday, when you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold, Birch Gold will send free gold to your home for every $20,000 purchased. Look, gold started the year around $2,600 an ounce, and by October it was over $4,000 an ounce. Why? Well, global uncertainty is first reason. 2025 has been defined by trade wars. Central banks are pulling from the U.S. dollar as the global reserve currency, and military tensions continue to build. Gold thrives in times of uncertainty. And if you're looking to diversify your savings, Birch Gold can help you. Plus, now through November 30th, get free gold with a qualifying purchase. Just text America to 989898 to claim your eligibility and for a free information kit on gold. But your opportunity for free gold with purchase ends November 30th, so don't wait. Text America to the number 989898 for full details. Text America to the number 989898 for full details. Our friends from Birch Gold. If you want free gold, text America to 989898 and get involved. See if Birch Gold is right for you. All right, 18 past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday night, November 17th. If you haven't gone over to X yet and taken part in our poll tonight about the Epstein files, go do that at LFS6B on X, at LFS6B, pretty much on all social media, but especially on X tonight, where you can vote in our poll. We've got over 1,000 now votes. We want to get it to 2,000 before 10 o'clock on the Epstein files and who you think will be predominantly more visible. Is maybe a nice way to say it. In the Epstein files, Republicans or Democrats, go weigh in over at X at LFS6B. Let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. Slickster, what's going on?
Well, Big D, we're going to talk about UFC 322 Saturday night in the Garden. I know you were dialed in for that one, right? And it was Makhachev dominates to become two-weight champion at UFC 322. Andreas Hale of ESPN reporting. Islam Makhachev's quest to become a two-division champion was fulfilled Saturday night when he smothered Jack Della Maddalena for 5 rounds to capture the welterweight championship with a unanimous decision win at UFC 322 in New York's Madison Square Garden. All 3 judges scored the fight 50-45 for Makhachev. Makhachev 28-1 tied Anderson Silva's UFC record with his 16th consecutive win, adding to a remarkable decade-long unbeaten run by racking up 19 minutes, 10 seconds of control time against Della Maddalena. This is a dream, Maddalena said. All my life I fought for this. I worked hard for this moment. It was a suffocating performance, to say the least. Right?
I've never seen somebody get so dominated, other than the couple UFCs ago when who was it that he also got dominated? But this one, I mean, I've never his spirit just completely left the building. This guy by the third round, he looked like he was. I mean, I'm not kidding.
He broke his spirit.
It's tough business, but the guy looked like he wanted to cry. Like he just could not believe what this guy was doing to him. I mean, he just dominated him in a way that few have ever dominated anybody. I mean, 5 rounds of just absolute perfection, total domination, 16 straight wins, ties Anderson Silva.
Incredible.
Is absolutely, and now in 2 weight classes, only 12, I think 12 guys have done that. And he's not done. He's going to defend that 155 now. And I think he puts Khabib, who I thought was maybe the best ever, well, along with John Jones, obviously. But I think he puts Khabib in the rearview mirror if he goes on to defend this title a couple times as the greatest in those weight classes ever.
Well, there's Ilia Topuria looking to have a battle with him coming up. Yeah,
that would absolutely be a good fight.
And although he didn't call for a matchup with Topuria afterward, he did call his shot for where he wants to have his next fight. Open the White House, he said, referring to the UFC's highly anticipated event in 2026. I am coming. So Big D sounds like he's going to be fighting in the White House, which I can't wait to see that. That's going to be something else. And, well, Big D, your favorite athlete of all time, of course, LeBron James. His big mouth is going off again. He calls for that Texas trooper who shoved South Carolina players to be suspended. I don't know if you guys caught that over the weekend at that Texas A&M game, right?
I did. I got to be honest with you. Not that I agree he should be suspended, but I don't know what the hell the guy's doing.
Yeah, he had no business.
Honestly, I mean,
he was aggravated.
His teammates run up the tunnel because the guy obviously was holding his hamstring. I mean, what is the guy doing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just weird.
I didn't see this.
Come on, bro.
He went out of his way looking for trouble there.
Yeah, we can see the
what is
clip
that?
clearly. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Lakers star LeBron James says the Texas State Trooper should be punished after seeing the video on him pushing past 2 South Carolina Gamecocks players on Sunday and then yelling at them. The video shows a group of 4 Gamecocks players walking out of the tunnel and onto the field as a state trooper walks into the stadium. The officer bursts between 2 players, then turns and points at them accusingly while yelling at them. James took a shot at the cop, writing that A&M cop needs to be suspended. That was premeditated and corny AF. He went out of his way to start some bleep. Do better, man. So what isn't known is what was said. They don't know what was said either.
Though.
No, I don't think so either. I don't know.
I mean, just let it go. Yeah. Just it's boys being boys. Move on. Let it go. Stop crying like a baby.
Well, not that we should care what LeBron said, but it was a good way to introduce the story because that caught my radar over the weekend. Right. And Texas A&M with an unbelievable comeback. Right, South Carolina was smoking them. I think they were down. What was it, 30-3 at the half? They came
Beamer
back
got fired after. Did Beamer get let go?
That I don't know. He certainly
I thought there was some report that he may have gotten fired after that game.
It would make sense after that blowout, but after dropping a game like that. So, so wild and wacky stuff, Big D. And that's a wrap in sports right now. 17-6 Cowboys leading there with 3:37 to go in the second quarter.
All right, Slick, very good. Sports is brought to you by our friend Mike Lindell. LFS6P is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow during the holiday season. It'll give you great savings. Plus, it'll get you a free T-shirt from us over at livefromstudio6b.com. Paul Nolan's got some news. What's going on? I've seen a lot of headlines tonight about the BBC and what is going on at the British Broadcasting Company. Paul, what is this story?
Well, they are full of malarkey.
Good catch there,
That's a nice Irish way to put it, Paul. Nice Irish way to put it.
Catch.
The BBC chairman, Samir Shah, reportedly told the staff on Monday, we are determined to fight President Trump's threatened defamation lawsuit over a documentary released just before the 2024 election. I think we should note that the BBC carries a great deal of weight globally, and they are a globalist MI6 mouthpiece, and that's really the mouthpiece for globalism. But Trump on Friday signaled that his legal team intends to move forward with the defamation lawsuit against the BBC, despite its recent apology for editing clips from the January 6, 2021 speech in a way that appeared to indicate that he was calling for violence. And if we played the edit here. And they went out of their way to make it deceptive. Yeah. And this is Shah from the BBC saying a lot has been written, said, speculated upon about the possibility of legal action, including potential costless settlements. In all, we are, of course, acutely aware of the privilege of our funding, and we need to protect our license fee for the British public. But he said we're going to be very clear. We're going to fight this with all we have. And, he said, we accept that our edit unintentionally created the impression that we are, showing a single continuous section of the speech rather than excerpts from different points in the speech. And it gave the mistaken impression that Trump had made a direct call for violent action.
Well, that would be the key sentence, pal.
Yeah. For them to act as if that's just
not
made
exactly
a mistake.
What you intended. Yeah,
it's just utter nonsense. This
Especially
is another example of
it fits together so nicely.
It's a shame because this is why TDS exists, because all of these media outlets have colluded in meetings at the Council of Foreign Relations, at the Bilderberg Group meetings, at the Trilateral Commission, and all these unifying bodies to take Trump down. He's in the way of globalism.
All right, live from Studio 6B, 26 past the hour. We're back right after this.
Why it was just
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be about 7.
I thought it'd be
6 or
5.5
7
or 6. But
yeah.
Again, I ain't paying attention like I used to. By the way, do you guys follow that pro wrestling garbage with Cam Scatterbo was like?
No, I heard something. He was doing something, but I didn't follow. He's got a broken ankle, man.
He was at the UFC the other night.
Because there was a bunch of pro wrestlers.
He's a good kid.
But what is he doing, horsing around on that?
Well, he shouldn't be horsing around. He's in recovery.
I mean, I just saw the video. He was engaged with a pro wrestler.
Is it
he
AI?
knocked the guy on his butt.
Could it be AI?
No, him and the guy Schultz.
What was that video circulating of that's caused that brawl in the 322, right, Big D? About, what was it, Makovic, and he was kissing
Yeah, it was Dan and Dillis Dannon, or Dan and Dillis, whatever the hell his name is. He goes to all these things looking to start something.
He really provoked something.
It goes back to the McGregor and Habib thing.
So wait, well,
I was going to run that story, but they were banging each other with the chairs over the head. That got a little crazy there. That got a little rough.
It always gets crazy with this guy Dylan Dennis. He's always looking for.
They should
always
ban his
causing
ass.
problems.
Keep him out of there.
Dana White says it's his fault. He said someone came back to him and said he was there because he bought a ticket.
Oh,
he said, well, if he has a ticket, got to let him be here, but he's got to sit in his seat because he was moving around and looking for trouble. And then that's what ended up happening.
He said that,
now he's banned from every UFC event forever now.
And there were a lot of Muslim people there, obviously.
For Habib and his crew.
Yeah.
Because they're all from Russia, Dagestan.
Yeah.
They're those Chechens, right?
Yep.
I guess in a few months, the mayor will be there at the UFC fights.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. That's a great place to have a fight, but the Garden's getting crazy. I wonder if that was connected to the post fight, if he was hanging out in the city, because that was right around the Garden, right? It was 38th and 7th. That's right there.
It's right there.
Right there. But it was later. It was like early morning, so maybe the fight let out.
Like 2 in the morning-ish?
I think it's, yeah. 2-ish.
Doesn't the UFC usually end around 1 in the morning?
Yeah. Well, there you go. He might have been post at the bar or something, I don't know. I don't know if there was a connection made there. Bad enough the guy's season shot. It's another story.
Dude.
I didn't say it live.
Oh, man.
Aaron didn't hear that, thank God. Exactly. We were talking about that shooting over the weekend, the Jets. It was sad. But the kid, obviously, he's finished, but a shame. Oh.
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday night, November 17th. Real America's Voice all across the country. Slick's doing sports. Rick Delgado, Paul Nolan going to do a little more news before we wrap it up on a Monday. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Please welcome back to the show the Chief of Maternal and Prenatal Health over at our friends at the Wellness Company. That would be Dr. James Thorpe. Dr. Thorpe, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm terrific. Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
Always a pleasure to have you on. And obviously, we're getting into the holiday season, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Tens of millions of Americans obviously traveling, whether it's by plane, trains, or automobiles. A lot of them will end up sick. What are some of the most common ailments we see around the holidays?
We look out for viral or respiratory infection, upper respiratory tract infection, and this is, as you know, flu season. So we want to travel safely and be safe.
Yeah, and your travel packs are obviously the gold standard. Is there a certain one or certain medications that the American people should think about maybe keeping on hand during the holidays as they think about traveling and, a lot of people in the house and family? And what would your advice be to them?
Yeah, what I do when I travel or when I work at the hospital is I will use the immune nasal spray and the oral immune spray. And it's a terrific product. It will prevent every upper respiratory tract infection if it's used regularly. So I'll use it on the plane or on the buses or in the hospital, going in and out of patient room, high density population, family get-togethers. It'll prevent the infection, whether it's viral, bacterial, fungal, parasitic, it'll knock it off before it gets a foothold.
Let's talk about chronic pain for a second. Obviously, how big a problem this is in the U.S. Do we know how many people live with chronic pain in the U.S.?
That's a great question, and I don't know that there's any good metrics on it, but I would hazard a guess, depending on exactly what level you're talking about, might be in the range of 10 to 20%. So I think it's very common, and especially amongst ex-athletes like you gentlemen, riding bicycles 100 miles on a Saturday and such. I'm sure you have some aches and pains after that, right?
I'm sure you do, Delgado, right?
Yes, I do.
Yes, of course. Because who would do that? I mean, just you got to be
insane,
crazy. So,
right.
So we rolled out a new product that my colleagues at the Wellness Company had a chief medical board meeting, work week this past week, and this product TheraBlue. It is a cream that you rub on where your ailment, wherever it is that may be, and there were three of us there that had chronic pain issues, and we all three tried. One was Dr. McCullough, of course, you know him well, and he's an athlete. He runs every morning, so he's got a chronic knee. And he put that on, and he testified to immediate relief. He got some good relief. One of our other board members, Dr. Harvey Reish, kind of chronic smoldering back pain. He tried it on, and he's a very analytical guy. He's got some immediate relief as well. My back is a train wreck. I've had about 20 surgeries and in pretty severe chronic pain. Didn't take it all away, but it definitely took the edge off. TheraBlue. It's a combination of natural ingredients, including a tripeptide for natural pain relief, methylene blue, menthol, some pepper extract, and others. It was very effective, and I would definitely recommend that as well.
Yeah. Speaking of that, and the topical things seem to be getting very big. Obviously, you have a topical ivermectin for treating maybe of the face and acne and things like that. Now you have this for pain. Are there any side effects to any of these topical uses that people should be looking at, or are they pretty much safe for everybody? I mean, are there any side effects at all?
Well, anything you put on your skin can have a potential side effect, but certainly a significant side effect would be very rare. Typically, it might irritate the skin or cause a minor allergic reaction, if you will, but I've actually never seen that with any of these ingredients. Would see it more frequently with other more aggressive medications that are sometimes used on the skin.
We're speaking with Dr. James Thorpe. He's the Chief of Maternal and Prenatal Health at the Wellness Company. You can go to twc.health/voice right now today and order anything we've talked about here. www.twc.health/voice. And you can use promo code RAV, R-A-V, to save 10%. Use promo code RAV, R-A-V, to save 10%. Dr. Thorpe, always appreciate you giving us a few moments. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on. Have a good evening.
And you as well. Dr. James Thorpe, Chief of Maternal and Prenatal Health over at the Wellness Company. I actually have some things from the Wellness Company coming that I ordered. And the topical ivermectin is one of them.
Yeah, I got to get that.
I got to get that TheraBlue and rub it on you, Damon.
Why? Because I'm a pain in your ass? All right, good. We'll see if it works.
Sound like the blues. Right there, Big D.
Sound like the blues for you, Delgado. I don't think it's going to work. So.
Come on, that's a good one.
That's a good one. All right, speaking of the news and Delgado and pain in the you-know-what, let's do some more news with him. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, of course,
the wrong way.
ICE is still doing their job going after illegals across the country, but liberals have not stopped one bit in their protesting of the mass deportation policies of the Trump administration, as they are now changing course, Damon. Some of them have decided maybe they're not into violence so much, and decided to go a different tact. On Sunday, about 24 protesters dressed up and protested in front of the ICE facility in Portland, Oregon, and decided to don 80s garb and hopped around doing aerobics classes. Yes.
Flash dance in front of the ICE facility.
You can't make this up. Cut number 6. Here we go. Here are the leotard libtards dancing. This is how they're protesting now in front of the Portland facility, the Portland ICE facility.
Wait,
as we always say, they all look the part.
Yes, they do, don't they?
Gosh,
look at this.
I mean, seems like as good a protest as anything else. It really gets the point across.
You know what? At least they kept their clothes on. I hate the protesters who decide to get naked, because they're always the ones nobody ever wants to see naked.
Especially what's his name from Tennessee there, the guy who was scrolling on the plane. He doesn't want to be there.
Does anybody in that group have any rhythm whatsoever?
Absolutely not.
Oh my God! At least they didn't try to sing.
SSRI drug addicts all dancing together.
Of course, people mocked the protest online. These people are so freaking weird. One guy wrote, it said, of course, the obligatory furry in the back. Some of them look like they're really into space aliens. So, there you have it. But again, this is another part of the left-wing lunacy as they protest the Trump administration policies on removal of illegal immigrants. They figured this will do it. We're sweating to the immigrants.
Sweating to the immigrants, yes. Where's Richard Simmons when you need him?
Yeah. Exactly.
If you haven't partaken in our poll on X, please go do now at LFS6B on X. We have 1,400 votes, trying to get to 2,000 before 10 o'clock. The Epstein files will have more blank in them. Choice A, Republicans. Choice B, Democrats. Right now it's 93% Democrats, 7% Republicans, over about 1,400 votes. So this poll is available for another 23 hours, but we really want to make it only available for another 21 minutes. So
and if
let's
you
get
have comments,
many votes as we can, and comments are coming in as well.
Yes, I like nougat. I think that's going to be my comment for the night. A little extra nougat in my Epstein file, I think would be fun.
Okay. What else is going on in the news, Delgado?
Well, this one hits a little close to home, Damon, as a Long Island grandma. Had no idea she was running for the town's top office.
Oh, yeah, we did this story.
Oh, this is your aunt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Delgado.
Yeah. We didn't do this story.
Well, how do we know all the...
We were supposed to do it.
Yeah,
we never got to it on
we were
Friday.
fully prepped.
Yes, we were fully prepped. We never got to it.
We never got to it, Aaron?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
All right, let's hear this story, because we never did it. Delgado, let's go.
Delgado.
Well, it's new to you. An 83-year-old Long Island grandma who says she had no clue she was on the ballot for her town's top elected post scored enough votes to potentially tip the scales for another candidate in a very tight race. According to the New York Post here, election officials are now scrambling, a couple weeks after, are now scrambling for answers after the elderly Huntington resident Maria Delgado, no relation.
Oh, come on.
I don't think.
Pulling my leg.
Come
on. Whose name was on the Working Families Party ballot line for town supervisor, pulled in more than 1,100 votes. According to this, Delgado told reporters, bursting into laughter, "I had no idea. I was flabbergasted." About her candidacy.
We hear that every
week.
night here.
Yes.
Exactly.
In a tight election won by Republican incumbent Ed Smith, Delgado's daughter, Linda, again, no relation, who is translating for her mother because she does not speak any English, said that
so they're Puerto Rican too.
Yeah, exactly. When she was told of her mom's supposed bid for office, they thought it was a joke or something. The race ultimately saw Smith take the town's top seat by over 600 votes. Delgado ended up getting 3% of the votes that could have changed the outcome, and now the Democrats are screaming mad about this lady who doesn't speak English. What a surprise. Democrats upset. Meanwhile, Democrats think there's nothing funny about the situation and are crying foul. They're accusing the Republican and conservative operatives of running a coordinated effort to infiltrate the Working Families Party line, a tactic known as party raiding. That sounds like a good time Saturday night. To confuse voters and covertly pull votes away from Democrats.
That's panty raiding, and you're not in college anymore.
Sorry. So there you have it. The Democrats are upset because somebody of Hispanic descent decided to run for office and take votes away from their candidate. Now, according to this, and I did some other reading on this, for her to say she didn't know is kind of. I think she's fibbing here.
She's 83
because her candidacy was never objected to by Suffolk or Huntington Democrats and was verified multiple times.
Do we have a cut here or no?
Yes. Here is cut number 8. Check this out.
Almost double the difference in the race between re-elected GOP incumbent Ed Smith and Democrat challenger Cooper Macko. That vote total has led many to ask one simple question. Who is Maria Delgado? Does Maria Delgado live here? Maria Delgado?
Rick in the background.
Exactly. I'm telling you, he's in the back.
Delgado's anonymity has led to rumors and speculation about who she is, why her name was on the ballot, and who put it there.
Yeah. Turns out she was on the ballot, I guess, back in June during a primary, and she actually won the primary as well. But nobody seemed to question it back then.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't
We've been hanging out in Huntington. I believe it.
Okay.
Exactly. All right, we'll wrap it up for a Monday night right after this, live from Studio 6B.
Chat live in the chat.
What's going on in the chat?
It was a Animal House reference, if anyone didn't get it. Animal House was a movie in the 70s with John Belushi.
Who's John Belushi?
Yes.
He was
Is he one of the Blues Brothers?
That's right.
He was.
Santa Fe Mockingbird J said, Damon, Farmer Brooks said he mailed his ballot. He doesn't trust X.
Well, if it's anything like his picks, good luck. Well, come on. Calling it what it is.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Now he's talking smack because the Cowboys are winning this game, too.
Wait, this time yet.
Cowboys are a lock. This game's over.
This game.
I'm doing it.
Oh, thanks.
You're doing the
Paul's
reverse
giving me the old Maliki.
Did you hear Skip Bayless say that Shedeur Sanders is now an all-time quarterback?
Oh, my God, for that last
he was able to see it on Sunday, he said.
See what? What was he seeing?
Skip useless.
Shedeur is a franchise quarterback. I saw it Sunday, he said.
And what is he doing for a living now, Skip Bayless? He's got a podcast.
Well,
selling Amway.
Just telling you what he said. Telling you what he said.
Okay, come on, Skip.
This guy could go for it.
Useless.
Skip, yeah. He's outdated. As far as the Dallas, which is his team. My team.
Yeah, 4 of 16. 25
let's check
yards.
up on our poll. Let's check.
Yeah, you got to be up. We got to be up.
How's your poll, Damon?
1553 votes. Not enough. We need to get to 2,000. 93% Dems. 7% Republicans.
Kelly K, you were correct. I couldn't resist.
He was 4 for 16, and Skip Useless is saying he's going to be good? Okay.
Didn't he have a pick?
Yeah, he had a pick.
Oh, I'm tired.
Sacked twice.
Oh my God! There's a pollster if you ever saw one.
There's a real poll.
There's a polls. Look at Delgado working the polls.
What?
You're a natural, Delgado.
That's when the newspaper to ask about Marie Delgado. That's what they saw when they looked through the window.
When I opened the door, that's what I was doing.
From Studio 6B, 13 to the hour on a Monday, Real America's Voice. We'll wrap it up here. We'll get to everybody, see what they have left. If you haven't partaken in our poll yet, on X, Epstein files will have more blank in them. Republicans or Democrats, you choose. Get your vote in now. 1,500 and let me refresh. 1,553 votes.
Coconut.
93% Democrats, 7% Republicans. You can go to X at LFS6B. It's right at the top of our page, and you can vote. Of course, the real winner on the poll was, of course, this video. Oh, yes. This is what the cops saw when they said, "Who's Marie Delgado? Let's come in and take a look."
There's her nephew.
This is what. Well, here's her nephew before we get to who Marie is.
What? I lost the bet.
Yeah, exactly.
When was that? Last month?
I mean, look at this. What's the sign in the back say?
That was
Strawberry what?
Strawberry in the morning. That was our morning show.
Oh, Strawberry in the AM?
Strawberries to the left, fruits to the right.
Wait a second. Well, hold
Strawberry
on.
to the left, fairies to the right.
Wait,
Who
what
I
year
am.
was this?
That was 2005.
You're still wearing the same jeans.
Yeah, pretty much. I told you, I'll wear them till they turn into jorts.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was great.
I'm just glad when you jumped up there, the pole actually didn't come out of the ceiling. There.
Oh, we had it professionally installed.
Yeah. Oh, you had it professionally installed?
Yeah.
And is that a microphone right there behind you?
That's you got
wait a minute.
It was in the radio studio.
What is professional about any of that?
In the studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we lost the bet.
Aaron, make it stop.
If you lost the bet, you had to hit the pole.
Make the Strawberry in the AM stop here. Enough fairies and berries here on this video. Please, Scott.
What?
Oh, my
All right, let's do a little more news and sports.
gosh.
We'll wrap it up.
That was the first time I ever did that.
Slick, what's going on with Antonio Brown?
Well, Antonio Brown going to be doing potentially doing some long time. I mean, I certainly don't want to say for sure, but Antonio Brown could face 30 years in prison if found guilty. AP report from ESPN and AP. Former NFL star wide receiver Antonio Brown could face up to 30 years in prison if convicted of attempted murder because a firearm was allegedly used, the prosecutor said Monday. Brown appeared via video at a brief arraignment hearing in Miami-Dade Circuit Court in which his lawyer, Mark Egerlich, repeated that Brown already entered a not guilty plea. He was released from jail last week on a $25,000 bond and required to wear a GPS ankle monitor. An attempted murder charge in Florida carries a maximum 15-year prison sentence in many cases, but Assistant State Attorney Stephanie Cruz said because Brown allegedly used a gun, he could face double that time behind bars because of a firearm sentencing enhancement. The law also carries a potential 20-year minimum mandatory sentence upon conviction. Brown, 37, did not speak during the hearing. Judge Marissa Tinkler Menendez set at a status hearing tentatively for December 22nd. No trial date has been scheduled. So pretty serious stuff for Antonio Brown. What a fall from glory there, right? Once one of the best receivers in the game, and then just absolutely just a disaster. And just one last update in the boxing world. Jake Paul is now fighting 6'6", 245-pound Anthony Joshua in December after his fight with Gervonta Davis was canceled. So this should be pretty interesting fight. By now, Jake Paul is the only name in boxing worth a damn. He's the only person who makes headlines, whether that's for better or worse, and it was announced that he was finally fighting a real boxer in Gervonta Davis. This is from Barstool Sports reporting. This is Kareem reporting from Barstool Sports. And that fight was canceled after Gervonta goes through some legal troubles, to put it mildly. So now it's announced that he's facing Anthony Joshua, who's a fill-in. Anthony Joshua, once a great heavyweight at one time from England, right? Big 6'6" guy, but he obviously ran into a couple of tough fights. So kind of a retread, but that's a big man he's going to fight, Big D. So that should be very interesting.
No, this is not a retread. I mean, Anthony Joshua is a two-time heavyweight championship of the world. He could put Jake Paul into another universe with one punch. I think this is you can't have anything but respect for Jake Paul finally here in this fight to take on this guy. I know he thinks he's going to put up some kind of a challenge to him.
Not only
but
that,
this guy is the real deal. This is the first time he will step into the ring with somebody who is the real deal. He could get his block knocked clean off.
And if you check your calendar, Big D, that's on 30 days' notice. That's not a lot of training time for a big man like that, to be fighting a guy like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And that's a wrap in sports, Big D. Dallas Cowboys up 24-9 at the half, but Raiders are still hanging around. It may be interesting. Stick around for that third and fourth quarter.
All right, Slick, I'm sure you'll handle it well as it gets down to the end of the game. So let's do a little more news with Rick Delgado. Delgado, of course, is always worried about what's the Tom Cruise movie? All the robots going to kill us.
Oh, that was that could have been.
We've had
Will
What
Smith.
What Even Is That's on this, and all kinds of stuff.
Well, with the advent.
And now you're saying this one you've discovered is not going to be the one,
right,
that kills us?
Well, with the advent of AI and robot technology, of course, we know we're creating our own demise, but at least we can relax and know that it's not going to be coming from Russia. Check out this cut number 7 here, as Russia unveiled its new humanoid robot, Damon, dubbed Aldo, during a flashy showcase.
Like
during a flashy showcase in Moscow.
Is that Biden?
That does look like Joe.
It looks, instead of being the Terminator, it kind of moves more like the Vodkanator as you're watching it here. Look at this. He tries to wave to the crowd and show off. Wait, I think I had a little too much.
Oh, that is Joe. That is Joe.
That's got to be based on Biden.
It's got to be.
I mean, that looked Biden walking into the Italian restaurant the other night.
Yes, that's right. As they try to bring out
ready to serve, Big D. Ready to serve.
And drag this thing off to the side of the stage. Footage of the event went viral, showing how the bipedal robot stumbling around on stage and basically took a header.
That is Joe. I'm sorry. That is Joe Biden right there.
Joe Biden.
Paul, you nailed that.
This has got to be some kind of a Biden prank or something.
Got to be.
And of course, the embarrassment there, as you saw, the organizers tried to pull that black sheet across in an apparent attempt.
That's absolutely Biden, and this is absolutely Biden.
From watching.
Wave to nobody.
The robot.
It doesn't take questions.
That's him. Instead of idle, let's just say Biden in the back. Take idle off and just put Biden there.
Yeah, so there you have it. Idle will not be coming to kill us all, because I don't think it's going to make it off the stage. So there you have it.
All right, Delgado. Anything else in the news we haven't covered yet?
People in the YouTube chat want to know if Delgado takes credit cards for those pole dances. Wild West of the YouTube.
Aaron, what the hell are you laughing at?
That's a good one too, Aaron.
He takes square.
Delgado, a buck is a buck. Do what you got to do, kid. You got my support.
Look at this. Instead of strawberry, should say 1-900 in the background there. $2.99 a minute.
This is the video that will never go away.
Oh man.
Someone said, "I like how you work to the camera too."
Well, you have to work to the camera. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a bit of news that broke during the show here, Damon.
Okay.
Having to do with Jeffrey Epstein.
What radio station was that, by the way?
94.3 Wild FM.
What was the call
San
letters?
Francisco.
Oh, of course.
Oh, San Francisco. Okay.
There you go.
Larry Summers to step back from public after Epstein emails. The Harvard University professor and former Harvard University president said he would be stepping back from public comments and commitments after receiving criticism over his correspondence with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. He says, "I'm deeply ashamed now that everybody knows about this, of my actions, and recognize the pain that I have caused." So there you have it. Larry Summers, one of the several high-profile people whose communications, and President Trump mentioned him by name.
Yeah.
And now this breaking tonight. Currently, he is a Harvard University professor. He's going to continue his teaching commitments, but will stay away from everybody else. There you have it.
As always, we salute our military, active and active police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs. If you want to vote in our poll, go over to X at LFS6B. I think we know where Larry Summers is going to come down on that poll. Thanks, guys, on the show. Aaron, Frank, great job as always. Most of all, thank you live from Studio 6B audience. Thanks for your votes, everybody. We almost made it to 2,000. Slick, good luck in the rest of your game. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night right here live from Studio 6B.
100-year-old antique and restored it to like new with horsepower. Amazing! Get your Ruby horsepower scrubber today with bonus scouring sponge for just $39.99. Save on buying batteries. It's powered with the latest rechargeable technology. But wait, you'll also get this stainless steel brush to make range hoods and gas stoves look brand new again. Yours free. And we're not done. You'll get this Smart Flex cone brush that fits perfectly into corners, tiny crevices on toilets and tiles, or hard to reach shower door rails. Yours free. And to top it off, we'll include this microfiber cloth to clean delicate surfaces and polish cars sparkling clean. It's also free. Great news. Horsepower is now in stock and ready to ship, but due to high demand, there is a strict limit of 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-953-8622. That's 1-800-953-8622 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-953-8622 now.
America's in a fight for her soul. Our freedoms are under attack. Our values are being torn down, and the same corrupt elites who built this mess think they can silence us, the patriots who still believe in this country. Not